Hey guys, it is Drew, and I'm back with episode 4 of the mini-album series, and this is actually the last episode of the mini-album series. I'm just showing you how to insert the inside pages, and I'm going to show you how to embellish the front and back of a page. And intentionally, what I do for the rest of them is I basically keep them the same. So I'm going to show you, this is a mini-album that I created. It's on my eBay store right now if you'd like to check it out. But intentionally look at all my pages are just sewn photo mats with maybe a title, some ribbon or fiber, and a couple flowers, Prima Bling, buttons, brads, lots of different things. So basically, as you could probably tell, a lot of my pages are the same in a mini album. So there's not much I could really show you in this mini album series. So I'm just going to show you how to create the inside pages for your binder. What you're going to need is, we already went over how to create the binder in the last 3 episodes. What you're going to need is to cut out 6 pages, and these are measuring 3 3/4 by 6 inches long. And I already hole punched my pages using my Cinch hole punching machine. But basically all you're going to do is you could take out your binding ring, set this on top of it, and go onto the opposite side. However you'd like to punch your holes in here so that they match up and they fit into these rings that are on this page here. If I could show you, this is what your page is going to look like inside of it. Flips in here nicely, perfectly fits inside of your album, has room to slide up and down. Perfect little page for the mini album. And so let's get started. Okay, so we have our piece of chipboard here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using 2 pieces of pattern paper by Bo Bunny, and I'm not sure what collection these papers are from, but I'm just going to be using some Elmer's glue stick. I prefer to use glue sticks when attaching paper because I find that it really gets them adhered onto your chipboard, but you could use any method you like to cover your album pages. And I kind of just set it on there, and then I go to the back and I even it up onto the back of my paper. And I do not cut out 3 3/4 by 6 inch pieces of paper. I just lay it on top of my paper, press it on just like this. And you're going to really want a nice pressing down onto your chipboard. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I found my X-Acto knife. It was hidden in my tool mess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut around the edge of my paper using an X-Acto blade. Just go all the way around the edge of your paper. You're going to want a pretty sharp X-Acto knife. I find that is really helpful, having a sharp X-Acto blade. And just going to peel that off. And then I'm going to be using some sort of a nail filer. So whatever type of file emery board you'd like to use. And then I file my edges on to my piece of chipboard. It creates a really nice bond on the edges, and it also really creates a nice clean edge. So it cleans up everything and makes it exactly the size of your chipboard. So as you can see, I have it looking something like this now. Now I'm going to embellish, or no, I'm going to go and cover the other side of my paper. And again, I'm going to use a glue stick here. And I'm just going to go around the edges, mostly around the edges, because I really want it to stick around the edges. And I go into the center of my page, and I'll kind of take off any excess adhesive that gets onto the edges of the chipboard. And then you're just going to get your binding machine and punch your holes. So I'll be right back, and I'm going to go punch my holes in this. Okay guys, so I punched the holes in that piece of chipboard with a pattern paper covering it, and we're going to do our front layout of our page. And what I already did was I matted a piece of cardstock or pattern paper. This is from Die Cuts with a View, and this piece of pattern paper measures 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then the mat measures 3 by 4.5. And I'm going to take this ribbon that I have, and it's from this ribbon spool right here, Textured Trios, and it's from the dollar little ribbon section at Michael's. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to tie a knot in it. Now, if you guys are just going to run ribbon across your page, you don't want much dimension, tie a knot. It adds so much like texture and a really nice look to your piece. And then I'm going to take 2 pieces of tape here, and I'm going to place it kind of at the bottom, if you can see that. Go onto the back, tape one side of my ribbon on there, and it's really nice because this ribbon is textured, so it adds a nice, even more dimensional texture look to there. And I normally would stitch around the edges, but I'm not going to stitch this one right now. I'm just showing you guys basically what you're going to do. And then you're going to take your piece of your photo mat and you're just going to lay it on to your chipboard and just center it onto your piece of chipboard. So if you can see that there, sorry about the lighting, you guys. I know it's horrible right now, but I'm hoping that you guys can kind of see that on there. And then, because this is just a demo, I'm not using this album for anything, you guys. It's just a demo, so I'm not going to use my really good at strong adhesives and things. So I'm just showing you. You're probably going to want to use something stronger than this glue stick thingy. But I'm just going to lay down a couple of flowers. And then you could add some bling, and this is just some Prima bling that I have. It's from the E-Line bling collection, and I'm just adhering this into the center of some of my flowers, or actually all my flowers on here. Taking some dimensional bling and pressing it on there. So as you can see, this is what my page flowers look like on there. And then I thought I'd add a little sticker on there, and it's from the K & Company collection. It says "Welcome Home, Little One," if you can see that. And I'm just going to add that into the top right corner up here. Press it on there. So that is how you complete one of my pages for a mini album. And as you could probably tell, if I could find it, one second, from this mini album, that's really how I create my albums. But I do think a lot more on what I'm going to use on these pages and things. I take more time, and these are all really nicely adhered onto here, you guys, so they're not going to be popping up or anything. So that's basically how I create my pages. And then I'm going to flip this one over. Hopefully none of the flowers will fall off in the flipping. Oh, look, a flower fell off. Anyways, let's get started with this page. I'm going to take 2 of these very small photo mats, and I'm going to lay them on here, and one of them is 3 by 3, and then one of them is 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, and then the layers are just 1/4 inch smaller. And I just take them and kind of make them all oblong, making sure that this photo mat can flip up so you can slide your picture underneath that one. So I'm really sorry, you guys, that I'm not really going into so much detail with this, but basically now all you're going to do is adhere on a couple flowers and buttons and things onto this page to create it a little bit more fancy, and then possibly even add on a title if I could find where my title paper went. I'm losing everything. It's not even like... It's funny, you guys. Found it. And I'm just going to add on this baby boy title up onto the top right here. So that is basically how I create the inside page for a mini album. That will just slip right inside of the mini album. So you guys, sorry again that I'm not going into so much detail, but that is basically how I create the inside pages. Decorate them however you like to. It's really your style. This is my style. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye everyone.